there will be a facility here. As far as the eye can see, it goes all the way back, all the way over there to the very edge of the ridge there. And climbing up, it's going to include all of this, all these woods. There won't be anywhere left for the deer to go. I mean, they moved the cows out years ago, I guess, but the other field had cows up until a few months ago. And there's tons of deer that live back here. And there's really not many other places for them to go. This county is getting so built up now with apartments and, you know, it's just crazy. But so instead of putting several viable businesses on this one piece of land, if you had a couple of businesses, they could provide many, many more jobs than one AI data center. That AI data center is only going to employ maybe 50 to 200 people, and they're all going to be highly skilled, and none of them are going to be, most likely none of them are going to be from this county or even the state for that matter. We have all kinds of birds here. We have cardinals, we have bluebirds, we have blackbirds, we have finches, we have two different types of chickadees. We have the Carolina chickadee and we also have the black-capped chickadee. This is one of their areas where they meet in the middle, so to speak. The northern chickadee and the Carolina chickadee. So that is actually pretty rare. We have squirrels, chipmunks, we have newts, we have all kinds of rabbits, and you name it, it lives out here. And, you know, if you just set that aside and look at the human toll, it's the equivalent of putting 60,000 people, a city of 60,000 people, on 312 acres of land. I think if most people heard that a city of 60,000 people was moving in next door, they'd be pretty mad about that. This AI data center is going to take 8 million gallons of water every day, and it has to be potable water, which means it's got to be drinkable. So they're going to have to tap into the Carvin's Cove reservoir. Somehow they're going to have to get that water over here. And I don't know who's going to pay that. The taxpayer is going to be on the bill for that. So, and then not to mention the electricity. This thing's got to run 24/7, 365 days a year. So with that in mind, do we even have the electrical infrastructure? They're putting in a wind farm, maybe about, 20 miles north of here. But even then, that's not even going to be sustainable. Windmills only last about 10 years. Their generators burn out. They have to be replaced. It takes an exorbitant amount of carbon energy just to move one windmill. These things are the size of like a 20-story building. They're insane. So anyway, and then this data center is going to need to run 24/7. So if the power goes out, we're going to have about 20 bus-sized generators that run off gas or diesel. So that's going to pollute the air. And there's going to be a low humming, very low frequency. Sometimes people can't hear it, but they can feel it. And yeah, that's our future here. Instead of putting in, if this is going to be slated for a business, which originally it wasn't, it was actually supposed to be set aside for recreation. But there's a whole backstory behind that, and how that came to be non-existing. But, let's just say this was supposed to be for business. Like I said, they could get at least 5 good-sized businesses, like they already have, on 300 acres, and provide 100 times more jobs. We're building all these apartments here, so like, who's going to be living there? It's certainly not going to be the people working for Google. That's not even going to fill up one of the buildings that they're building. So unfortunately, we also have some rare woodpeckers. They like to live in these trees. They're the small ones, the really little ones. I forget the name of them, but they're quite rare. So if you take all that into account, it's a real shame. Like I said in one of my other videos, the lake down there, it's already polluted, and some of those businesses are doing things they shouldn't be, but I can't prove who's doing what. And Canadian geese already have trouble, you know, on their migration here, especially this fall. They couldn't land on the water. I don't know, it's just a mess, and our county officials never even gave us not a word. No one said a word. We weren't allowed to speak about it.